In our previous video, we have discussed about the Lassatier principle regarding the chemical equilibrium of a chemical reaction. Now, according to the Lassatier principle, there are some effects which govern the rate of a chemical reaction, whether it proceeds toward the forward direction or it proceeds toward the backward direction in faster rate or not, like temperature, like pressure, like effect of inert gases, etc. and so on. Of which first we have discussed that effect of temperature. Now, effect of temperature, we know that from Van 't Hoff isotherm we can say that del G equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln Q, where Q is the quotient. Suppose a reaction A reversible B in closed container. Now, in case of a quotient, we can write this with respect to the concentration term. We can write this the concentration of molar concentration of B divided by molar concentration of A. That means molar concentration of the product by molar concentration of the reactant. Now, if it is expressed with respect to the pressure, suppose the A and B are all in gaseous state. So we have to express the quotient with respect to the pressure. Then Qp equal to partial pressure of B by partial pressure of A. That means partial pressure of the product divided by the partial pressure of the reactant. So if we express this with respect to the concentration, then we can express this with respect to the molar concentration of the B by molar concentration of A. If it is expressed with respect to the pressure, then it is expressed as PB, that means partial pressure of B with respect divided by partial pressure of A. Therefore, this equation now in case of a gaseous state converts to del G equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln P, because it is expressed in pressure. In this case, we can express this Kc or Kp whatever may be, but when Q is expressed in partial pressure, then we have to write this Kp and write this here RT ln P. Now, if we integrate this with respect to the temperature, del T of del G, then it becomes, because this is the constant term, so minus of R ln Kp RT ddt or del T of ln Kp at first minus R ln Kp. Here this term is constant because at first we take RT is the constant, then del T of ln Kp. Actually R is molar gas constant, so it is always constant. So we have to differentiate with respect to first del T of ln Kp, taking T is constant, and then taking ln Kp is constant, del T of T, that means this is equal to 1 del T of T. We can write this also, this here del T of T, plus again for this purpose you can write this R T del T of ln P plus R ln P del T of T, Now see this minus RT del T of ln Kp, that means minus RT del T of ln Kp, this remains same as it, minus R ln Kp del T of T means 1, so it becomes R ln Kp plus RT del T of ln P, RT del T of ln P plus R ln P. So we have to write this expression at first, because del T of T is constant, is 1, therefore we can write this with respect to this R ln P. But del T of ln P, we know that at constant pressure, if the reaction takes place at constant pressure isobar, then for this particular purpose, the partial pressure of each and every constituent Pb as well as Pa inside the equilibrium container, also remains fixed, and that's why ln P at constant pressure, since partial pressure remains fixed, therefore we can say that ln P is also constant. Therefore, del T of ln P, we know that del T of ln P, that means del T of constant, and that becomes 0. So this part becomes vanish. RT del T of ln P becomes vanish. So this is the expression. Now, if we multiply both sides by T, then it becomes del T of del G at constant pressure. So at constant pressure, this is the condition, because the reaction takes place at constant pressure. So now By multiplying T on the right hand side, we get RT square del T at constant pressure ln Kp minus RT ln Kp, because it also multiplied by T ln Kp, plus RT ln P. Now again we can write this P del T of del G at constant pressure equal to minus RT square del T ln Kp, and taking this part plus this part is constant. See this minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln P. See this expression minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln P. That means here also del G with respect to pressure, with respect to this pressure, del G of pressure equal to minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln P. See this minus RT ln Kp plus RT ln P. So instead of this we can write this in our next step minus RT square del T ln Kp at constant pressure plus this is also expressed as del G. So this can be expressed as del G. Now again we can write this expression at the top, this equal to actually T of del T del G at constant P equal to minus RT square del T of ln Kp plus del G. Now see this, in case of Gibbs free energy, G equal to, you know that, H minus Ts. Therefore expression H can be used as U plus Pv minus Ts. Again U plus Pv, we can say that instead of U plus Pv we can write this, if we express this in term, then Ts equal to actually T into S. See this, S equal to Q reversible by T, Q reversible by T. Then U plus Pv, if we express this term in case of del G at constant P equal to, we can say that del U plus P del V plus V del P, V del P minus T del S minus S del T, minus S del T. See this, del U plus P del V plus V del P, del U plus P del V equal to del Q, so del Q, and T del S, that means del S equal to del Q reversible by T, so T del S equal to del Q reversible. Instead of T del S we can write this del Q reversible, so this is also del Q reversible, this is also minus del Q reversible, so this will be cancelled. So the remaining part contains V del P minus S del T, therefore we can write that del G equal to V del P minus S del T. Now if we express this at constant pressure, therefore del T of G at constant pressure, del T of G at constant pressure can be expressed as minus S. Therefore we can say that S equal to minus of del T of G at constant pressure. Now if we express this in del S form, then we can write this minus of del T of del G at constant P, Therefore see this, T into del T of del G at constant P, del T of del G at constant P. So if we multiply both sides by T, we get here T del S equal to minus T del T of del G at constant P minus T del T of del G at constant P. Now instead of the first line we can see here T into del T of del G at constant P, we can write here minus T del S. So instead of this we can write here minus T del S, because this express minus T del S equal to minus RT square. From this expression actually we can write this minus RT square del T of ln Kp plus Z del G, therefore del G plus T del S, therefore we can express this RT square del T of ln Kp, equal to del G minus T del S, So this is the expression from which we can draw Now from this expression we can see that T del A is equal to minus T del T of del G at constant P. Writing at the top, T del A is equal to minus T del T of del G at constant P. So instead of T del T of del G at constant P, we can write here minus T del S. So we can write here minus T del S equal to minus RT square del T of ln Kp plus del G. Therefore, by changing its side, we can express this minus RT square will be at the left hand side, then it will be plus RT square del T of ln Kp equal to del G plus T del S. Now we know that since del G equal to del H minus T del S, therefore del G plus T del S can be expressed as del H. Therefore instead of del G plus T del S, we can write here del H. So del T of ln Kp equal to del H by RT square. Therefore del ln Kp equal to del H by R 1 by T square del T. Now integrating both sides we get ln Kp equal to minus del H by R. See this here, T to the power minus 2 dt del T, when it is integrated it becomes T to the power minus 2 plus 1 with respect to minus 2 plus 1. That means it becomes minus 1 by T plus constant. So it becomes minus del H by R into T plus constant. This is the expression of the isotherm. Now writing this at the top, we get here ln Kp equal to minus del H by RT plus constant, where C indicates the integration constant. Therefore, at temperature T1, the expression becomes let ln Kp1 equal to minus del H by RT1 plus C, and at temperature T2, it is expressed as ln Kp2 let Kp2 equal to minus del H by RT2 minus plus C. So if this is the expression number 1, this is the expression number 2. Now suppose 1 minus 2, and where T1 is greater than T2, this is the condition. Suppose T1 is greater than T2. If we subtract 2 from 1, then we get suppose ln Kp1 by Kp2 as it is subtracted equal to plus del H by R 1 by T2 minus 1 by T1. Hence this becomes del H by R T1 minus T2 by T1 T2. T1 minus T2 by T1 T2. Now see this, because we know that since T1 is greater than T2, so T1 since T1 is greater than T2, therefore T1 minus T2 is always positive. Now if del H is negative, that means the process is exothermic in nature. If the del H of the reaction, suppose the reaction takes place when del H becomes negative, then it becomes exothermic in nature. If it is exothermic, then del H becomes negative. Hence, we can say that in the above expression, ln Kp1 by Kp2 becomes negative, because it becomes negative, it is positive. So multiplied when negative, it will be also negative. So ln Kp1 by Kp2 equal to negative. Therefore, we can say that Kp1 is less than Kp2. That means if the reaction is exothermic in nature, then if we increase the temperature at T1, then if we increase the temperature, rate of reaction decreases, rate of forward reaction, that means rate of formation of the product decreases, since Kp1 is less than Kp2. See that at T1 temperature rate decreases, at T2 temperature rate is higher as compared to the T1. Clear? If del H is positive, that means endothermic in nature. If it is endothermic in nature, therefore see this T1 minus T2 is positive here, Del H is also positive. Therefore, we can say that ln Kp1 by Kp2 is also positive. Also positive. Therefore, Kp1 is greater than Kp2. Then we can say that at T1 temperature, the rate of forward reaction increases, hence Kp1 increases. So, for endothermic reaction, with the increase of the temperature, forward reaction, rate of forward reaction increases. That means equilibrium will be shifted towards the product. But in case of exothermic reaction, at higher temperature, the Kp1 decreases. Hence, you can say that with the increase of temperature, reaction equilibrium will be shifted towards the reactant. That means backward reaction rate will be faster. Here, the backward reaction rate will be faster. Backward reaction rate will be faster. And here, the forward reaction rate will be faster. This is the effect of temperature on the chemical equilibrium. Discussing the effect of pressure on the chemical equilibrium. Effect of pressure. See this, we know that this is the expression, this is the relation between Kp and Kx. Kp equal to Kx into P to the power del N, where del N is equal to change in number of moles with respect to the reactant of the product. That means total number of moles of the product minus total number of moles of the reactant. This is del N. Now, if we take the natural logarithm of both the sides, ln Kp equal to ln Kx plus del N ln P. Now, if it is differentiated with respect to del P of ln Kp, then it becomes del P of ln Kx plus del P of ln P. Now we know that since ln Kp is constant, so with respect to, when it is differentiated with respect to pressure, as it is constant, so it becomes 0. Therefore, del P of ln Kx plus del N by P, because del P of ln P is equal to 1 by P, so del N by P. Therefore, we can say that del P of ln Kx equal to minus of del N by P, and we know that P del V equal to del N RT when temperature remains constant and pressure remains constant. So at constant pressure and temperature, this is the expression when volume and is directly proportional to the number of moles. Therefore, del N by P equal to del V by RT. So it can be expressed as minus of del V by RT. Now say that case number 1, if or whenever, suppose this is the case N2 plus O2, in both the reactants are in gaseous state, as well the product is also in gaseous state. All these are in the gaseous states. Therefore, for this case del N equal to 0. So whatever may be the pressure, right hand side becomes 0 and ln Kx becomes constant. So it has no effect. That means the pressure has no effect on chemical equilibrium. Number 2 case, if or whenever, suppose PCl5 is in gaseous state, reversible to form PCl3 gaseous plus Cl2 gaseous. Here, for this particular equilibrium in a closed container, del N is equal to plus 1. That means del N is positive. See this, if del N is positive, then it becomes negative. So, see this, for this purpose, del P of ln Kx equal to minus del N. Since del N is positive, so it becomes negative, divided by capital P. Minus del N, since del N is positive, so it is multiplied by minus sign, so it becomes negative, divided by capital P. That means with the increase of the pressure, see this, with the increase of the pressure, forward reaction increases. That means ln Kx value increases. So if pressure increases, that means ln Kx, So with the increase of the pressure, see this, with the increase of the pressure, overall term, so pressure increases means pressure becomes positive. So with the increase of the pressure, overall terms becomes negative, and hence ln kx becomes negative. Since ln kx becomes negative, the backward reaction, that means PCl3 plus Cl2 combines to form PCl5 again, so backward reaction increases, rate of backward reaction, that means rate of dissociation of the PCl5 decreases, thermal dissociation decreases. And next, N2 gaseous plus 3H2 gaseous, reversible 2NH3 gaseous. So for this reaction, del N is negative here, 2 minus 4, that is minus 2. Since del N is negative, when it is multiplied by minus sign, it will be negative, it will be positive. So del P of ln kx equal to positive divided by P. If we increase the pressure, that means again P is positive, then it becomes positive. So since ln kx becomes positive, del P of ln kx becomes positive. So you can say that with the increase of the pressure, forward reaction, rate of forward reaction increases. That means ln kx increases, rate of forward reaction increases. That means rate of formation of the ammonia increases. Now I am discussing the effect of inert gas on the chemical equilibrium. See this, A moles of A gaseous plus B moles of B also gaseous, reversible to form C moles of C gaseous plus D moles of D gaseous. This maintains at chemical equilibrium inside the closed container. And for this particular reaction, Kp, equilibrium constant with respect to pressure, equal to Pc to the power C, Pd to the power D divided by Pa by to the power A into Pb to the power B. Now we know that partial pressure equal to total pressure into mole fraction. So we can see, we can write this P into Xc to the power C, P into Xd to the power D, Xd to the power D, whole divided by P into Xa to the power A, Xa to the power A into P into Xb to the power B. So this can be expressed as P to the power del N, because del C plus D minus A plus B can be expressed as del N, C plus D minus A plus B. C plus D minus A plus B can be expressed as del N. So this into Xc to the power C into Xd to the power D divided by Xa to the power A into Xb to the power B. Now we know that Xc, that means mole fraction of C, can be expressed as number of moles of C divided by total number of moles. So we can see that P to the power del N Xc, instead of Xc we can write this Nc by N whole to the power C into Nd by N whole to the power D whole divided by Na divided by capital N whole divided whole to the power A into Nb by capital N whole to the power capital small b, because capital N is the total number of moles. So instead of this we can write 1 by N whole to the power capital N. So 1 by N whole to the power capital N will be taken out. P by N whole to the power del N, because 1 by N whole to the power capital N when multiplied by P to the power capital N, del N will be equal to P by capital N whole to the power del N. Therefore, P by capital N whole to the power del N into Nc to the power C, Nd to the power D whole divided by Na to the power A into Nb to the power B. Now see this, if del N equal to 0, first case, like such type of reaction, N2 plus O2 reversible to NO, or H2 plus I2 reversible to HI, all these are in gaseous component, gaseous state. Therefore del N equal to 0. If del N is 0, P by N term vanishes. Therefore it has no effect on the equilibrium. It has no effect on the equilibrium. Now at constant pressure, if we insert some inert gas like helium or neon or krypton etc. inside the container, closed container, therefore see this, when del N equal to positive, like such type of reaction, PCl5 reversible PCl3 plus Cl2, all these components are in gaseous state in a closed container. In this case del N is positive. So at constant pressure, if we insert some inert gas, that will increase the capital N. So capital N increases. Therefore P by N decreases, because denominator when increases, the value of the fraction decreases, but del n is positive here. So therefore we can say that p by n whole to the power del n also decreases. Since del n is positive, this also decreases. But Kp is constant at constant temperature. Therefore, as this value decreases, it has to increase. This value has to increase, so that the numerator, this is actually Nc to the power C, Nd to the power D. That means numerator Nc and Nd increases. So forward reaction, rate of forward reaction, that means rate of formation of the product increases. Rate of forward reaction increases. Rate of forward reaction increases. See this at constant pressure. Number 3. Suppose del n is negative here. Del n is negative, like N2 plus 3H2 reversible to NH3. In a closed container, all these components are in gaseous state. See this, del n is negative here. If at constant pressure, if we insert some inert gas into the container, then capital N, again capital N increases, capital N increases, P by N decreases. But since del n is negative here, del n is negative, therefore we can say that P by N to the power del n increases since it is negative. But we know that Kp is constant at constant temperature. Therefore, since it increases, therefore this value must be decreased. How it can be decreased? Therefore, we can say that number of moles of A and number of moles of B increases. That means rate of backward reaction increases. So we can say that in this case, rate of backward reaction increases. That means rate of formation of the product decreases. All these are obtained in case of constant pressure. But if some inert gas is inserted inside the container here at constant volume, because only in these two cases we can insert some inert gas into the container at constant pressure and at constant volume. We have already discussed the effects of input of the inert gas at constant pressure. These are the effects. At constant volume, if we insert some inert gas, then that will increase the total pressure of the system, because this inert gas input inside the container at constant volume. So volume remains constant. If we insert some inert gas, that will increase the P, and as well as that will increase the N, and this P and N increases proportionately, and hence they cancel each other. Therefore, it has no effect on the equilibrium, because P and N both increase proportionately with respect to each other, and hence these effects are cancelled. As these effects are cancelled, therefore it has no effect on this part. Therefore, Kp remains constant. So at constant volume, if we insert some inert gas inside the container, it has no effect on the equilibrium. It has no effect on the equilibrium.